Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in. So today I want to talk to you about when you're accustomed to chaos. So I heard a while ago that about when you are one of those type of people who like to listen to the podcasts that are about, cold cases or solving murders or those crime mysteries or whatever it is, that you do that to for entertainment because you're so accustomed to chaos that chaos makes you feel entertained. And it doesn't make me feel entertained, but I also understand seeking chaos because there are times where I've done the exact same thing. Like I know how to operate and be productive when I have anxiety. So I need for my life to be something that produces that anxiety in me because that's going to help me be productive, right? And so I mention those podcasts and the things that we consume because sometimes we're so accustomed to chaos that we don't realize that we are seeking more of it. We're actually addicted to it and we want peace, but we're seeking chaos because it's the devil that we know. And we all know that we can get so accustomed to the devil that we know that we continue to seek it even when we're trying to avoid it because that's what we're thinking about. We're thinking, I don't want to experience that again. I just want peace. I want my chaos to leave. And because we're so focused on that, we don't turn our heads to what does peace actually look like. And so I have some real life experience with this because in my life, I had been so accustomed to the devil that I knew that was toxic relationships and continuing to try to be more and do more and be enough. And because of that, I could not allow myself to be in peace. In fact, whenever I had therapy sessions, I would tell my therapist like I just want peace and she said to me one time, I don't even think you would know what peace felt like if you experienced it because you've never had peace. So in that session, she encouraged me to try yoga just so I knew what peace felt like in my body because my body had been operating at such a high state of cortisol that that's what my normal was. My resting state was to have copious amounts of cortisol running through my body and to feel anxious to the point where I didn't even know what calm felt like. And so her encouragement helped me to understand what peace felt like in my body. And then from that, I was able to determine what peace looked like externally because of the way that it made me feel in my body. If this thing makes me feel anxious, then that's not peace. If this thing makes me feel like I can breathe, then that's peace. And the only way that I knew the difference was to experience some form of peace in my body. So, if you're in a space where you're really tired of the constant chaos and you truly, truly want peace, some things that I would encourage you to do are first, find out what calm looks like, right? It's going to feel boring because you're not used to it. Yoga felt boring to me in the beginning. All that breathe for this long, breathe out for this long. I was like, oh my gosh, can we just get to what the actual work is inside of this workout? And then I realized that the work was in being able to allow calm. And so, if you don't know what calm feels like, here are some things I would encourage you to do. Yoga, it's amazing. Yoga with Adriene on YouTube, she is incredible. Find a yoga studio in your local area. And this isn't on some witchcraft type of thing, because I know there are thought processes that say that that's true. I don't believe that to be true. You don't have to subscribe to all of the narratives of what yoga is, but I can tell you that it will, or what people tell you yoga is, but I can tell you that it will help you to feel calm in your body. And so if you aren't the type of person who's going to try yoga, do some grounding. Go outside, put your feet in the grass, and just breathe very slowly and slow down your breathing. In fact, breath work is a really good way to find out what calm feels like. Meditation will calm down your thoughts so that you know what it feels like to not constantly have a loop of thoughts, fears, anxieties, frustrations, to-do lists running on a loop in your brain. Whatever it is, don't let it be dissociation with your phone on a scroll. Don't let it be watching your favorite show. Don't let it be gossiping and talking to other people. You have to understand what calm feels like in you by yourself. And so, whatever that thing is, I encourage you to Commit to doing it daily for an extended period of time. Let it be 90 days so that you actually understand what calm feels like. Once you understand what it feels like, commit it to memory. Because the thing about it is, when you've built a habit of constantly overthinking, of constantly being in chaos, of constantly feeling like you need to be perfect, or whatever your poison is, whatever you've created in your life, if you've picked that, then you're only going to be able to resort back to it because it has become your habit and your resting place. So once you understand what calm feels like, commit it to memory. And when you commit that feeling to memory, what you'll find is that your body starts craving the behaviors that have caused the calm. So when I was doing yoga and meditating, and I still do these things, but um, I noticed that there was definitely a difference between what it felt like to be calm, what it felt like to be in those spaces, and what it felt like in my natural default sense of being. And so, because I knew the difference, I was able to commit to memory what the calm actually felt like. And when I committed that to memory, there was a period of time where, as soon as chaos would be at the forefront, I would be able to resort back to my memory of what calm felt like, and then the behavior that created that calm would follow. And lastly, we have to kill the addiction that we have to chaos. We get so accustomed to the drama that we experience in the things that we're consuming that we are addicted to that feeling of what it's like inside of the chaos, no matter how much we tell ourselves that we want peace. So, if you truly want peace, then you have to break your addiction to chaos. And that means that when chaos presents itself to you, you have to be able to turn yourself away from it, just like an addict would to the things that they're addicted to. You have to ask yourself why you're turning toward the chaos. Is it comfortable because it's familiar? Is it something that you've always used to distract yourself? Have you told yourself that you're more productive inside of that chaos? Whatever it is, you have to find that thing, and then you have to be willing to kill it. You have to be willing to change the narrative and turn yourself away from it. And so for me, that addiction to chaos was because I knew that I could function well inside of it. And I knew that when my body was in a state of anxiety, that I was going to get stuff done. That to-do list was going to get done. And to kill that addiction, I had to realize that the to-do list wasn't more important than me being able to be a calm individual who could experience self-care without wanting to get to the next thing on my list. So the to-do list became less of an idol, and I became more important than that to-do list. And that was the way that I had to navigate the world to kill that addiction. I don't know what your addiction is today. I don't know what your chaos looks like. But what I do know is that to experience calm, you have to be so willing to get out of your former habits and get into a place of peace that you are willing to distance yourself from whatever those things are that are allowing you to continue to operate in that chaos. Whether it's people, experiences, spaces, places, whatever it is, you have to be willing to let go of it because your peace is more important than that thing. That means if someone wants to start an argument with you, you shut it down before it ever even turns into a conversation. That means if someone wants to steal your joy today, you have to be so committed to your peace and so prioritizing of your peace that you will not be willing to even have that conversation or look in that person's direction. If this sounds like you today and you need some help navigating that journey, please reach out to me because I do coaching sessions and I would love to coach you through it. If you're not ready for those coaching sessions, but you need more information, please like and subscribe to my channels, like and subscribe to my social media so that you can continue to get more messages like this one that help you break free from the bondage you're in. Also, remember that the people around you are struggling, even if they're not telling you they are, even if they're the strong friend. So share this message with them as well so that it may help them to break free from the bondage that they're experiencing every day. I appreciate you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.